All right. Somebody sent Veronica an email saying they wanted a crash course in how to love themselves.
Ooh.
You guys want a crash course on how to love yourselves?
Yes.
Sure.
We thought that would be a popular topic. First off, the choice has to be made to love yourself. The choice has to be made to say, you know what? There's choice here. And I can either love myself or not. So instead of always choosing not, I'm going to choose love myself. Now, it sounds very basic, but it's really the first step. The first step is to say, I'm going to choose to love myself. And when the glass is presented to me as half full or half empty, I'm going to choose half full. And when there's an opportunity to be nice to myself, I'm going to be nice to myself. And when the opportunity crops up to be mean to myself, I'm going to pass. And when I remember things where I haven't exactly been good to myself, or I was screwed up, or made a stupid move, or dated that guy I shouldn't have dated, or took that job that was horrible, or put up with a bunch of crap from you-know-who, instead of thinking about those times in my life and reliving them for the 5 millionth time, I'm going to just say, I've thought about that enough. I've thought about you often enough. There's nothing more to be gained by thinking that thought again except for not feeling good about me. You put down your foot and you say, I am unwilling to think those thoughts again. Now, this doesn't mean that you're not conscious about it. You say, I've learned as much as I can learn by rehashing it. That's not the same as applying consciousness to it. But we would say if you have any of these things that you habitually go to in the past that you beat yourself up about, you just shelve them for a while. Not like you're hiding from them, but yep, there's the 10, the top 10 things that I will remember when I think I need to be mean to myself. If I make a mistake while driving the car, I think about 3 other times I made a mistake driving the car, or that time I got a ticket, or that time I got a DUI, or that time I ran into somebody, or that time I almost ran into somebody. All I did was just now went a little too fast and realized I was going a little too fast. And instead of just saying, oh, well, I should slow down, I'm thinking about all those other times and beating myself up for those choices. Right? You do this. Don't try to pretend you don't. We know you do. It's not a secret. You have trouble in your marriage or your relationship, and instead of being in the moment with what's going on and dealing with it from the 2011 version of you, that's a loving act. You go back in the past, or you project into the future, or you just think about all the other times you've had a problem instead of attending, pardon us, to this one. That's a good way to be loving to yourself. To actually love yourself. Meaning, appreciate what you're offering. Appreciate the work you've done. Appreciate the journey you've been on. Appreciate the gifts that you've given to yourself. Appreciate your willingness to be conscious and the emanation you do. Just appreciate yourself. Just appreciate yourself. It's an amazing act. Just say thank you to yourself. How about that? A radical act. Say thank you to yourself. Thank you for having this place to live. Thank you for having a car to drive. Thank you for having a pretty vampire shirt to wear. Wait, we gotta do it. Thank you. How often do you say thank you to yourselves? Yeah. Not very often. That's a way to love yourself. Say thank you. There's your homework. At least once in the next 7 days, find something to thank yourself for. And be radical. Try to do it every day, at least once. You know, another radical way to love yourself is to say, I'm all right. I'm not done with me by any means, but I'm all right. Compare you to you, I've come a long way. Things are different now. Maybe they're not all the way I wish they were, but they're different than they used to be. Allow yourself to acknowledge the journey you've been on. Acknowledge the progress you've made. Acknowledge the experience you're having as a real and authentic experience. Another way to love yourself, be in the moment. And the true experience of the moment is so rare because the past and the future are so loud. The past and the future tells you, no, 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 no. And you say, yes, actually, I'm going to stay in this moment for a little while longer, thank you. You know, then there's all the fun ways of loving yourself that, you know, maybe get a pedicure, maybe have a massage, maybe just have a soak in the tub. Maybe smear some fun stuff on your face or, you know, give yourself a little loving. Just give yourself a little loving. Appreciate yourself. It's so easy to be upset with the aches and pains and this and that's of you. How about let's be so easy at appreciating yourself? What a radical change of perspective. Let's change to, how much can I love myself today? Well, of course you're taught, oh, you're stuck up, you're full of yourself. Well, good. We would actually love to have to correct you for being too stuck up for once. And say, you know, okay, you're hot shit, but maybe back just off a little bit on that. We never get to say that. We're constantly having to say, love yourself more, love yourself more. Find that place of appreciation within you. And then see where expressing it brings up stuff. Oh God, if I say I really appreciate myself, then I feel like, you know, I can hear the voice of my mother saying, you're too big for your britches. Or the voice of my teacher saying, well, you're never going to go to college because you don't get good enough grades. Or whatever voices you hear. And you can say, that's right. You know what? And I've heard that voice too many times. I've thought that thought more than I need to. I'm done with that, thank you very much. That's the radical act of love. I'm done with that. I'm done with that. If thinking could have solved it, it would have solved it long ago. And if thinking about it would have changed it, Lord knows it would have changed a long time ago. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Right. So thinking's not the path through it. What is the path through it? The path through it is to sit in the moment and say, wow, me, check me out. And then when you check you out, sitting with what comes up. Don't run away. Sit with it. Wow, I really hear the voice of my big brother telling me I'm nothing. Yeah, you know what? That's okay. Because it's the 2011 version of me. And the 2011 version of me doesn't need him to tell me who I am anymore. I don't need him. I don't have to go back and think all about it and relive it and da-da-da-da-da. I can just say, I don't need, as the 2011 version of me, I don't need to take his opinion for my value anymore. I'm actually going to decide for myself. Talk about a radical act. I'm going to decide for myself. And then, of course, you're not going to be mean to yourself. Because no matter how much progress you hope to make, the fact that you can sit with that question means you have come a long way. And that's a way to love yourself. A radical act of loving. I am going to decide about me for me. I'm going to decide about me for me. Thank you very much. And as rough as some people have been on you in your life, you're still your harshest critic. So if you can silence your harshest critic by instead changing it to, instead of it being, you suck, being, yeah, I'm on my way, transformation me. Starting here and moving forward. Instead of, you suck, limitation, it's moving forward, transformation. And if you can just get your voice inside your head transformed, one, what other people say will have so much less impact on you. And two, they'll eventually stop saying it because you won't tolerate it. And they won't need to say it anymore because it won't be true anymore.